Hey there, welcome in. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to look at the energy and get some messages for the month of May 2026. So thanks so much for being here. So let's just hop right in there. Big month. It feels like a really big month. So as I was tuning into the energies of this month, and this is as it relates to those of you that are watching this video that tune into me. These are the themes that I feel will be coming up for us in the month of May. So the first thing that I really picked up on was the energy of lilac, the color of lilac, possibly even the flower, the lilac flower. But this connects in with the crown chakra and the themes around spiritual releasing, spiritual guidance, releasing dependence on external structures. This also really feels tied into your self-worth and how you value yourself, and how external structures play into those beliefs, whether those are helpful beliefs or not. And lilac also really asks us to reclaim our light. So step back into your magic, step back into your power. The other thing that really was coming through very strongly was the crystalline grid that surrounds this whole planet and helps to really support us. I'm not going to get into that too deep. That could be a whole video on its own. But the energy of crystals was really coming forward, which, I mean, I work with crystals all the time. If you know me, you know that I am a crystal healer, and I work with crystals regularly. But they were really coming up very strongly this month, so I feel that crystals can really help support us. And just a little FYI, crystals are they're not a magic fix all. What they do and how I think they're going to help support us this month is crystals hold their frequency steady all the time. Nothing really changes their frequency. Maybe like a nuclear catastrophe. Maybe that could change their frequency. But they really hold their frequency, plain and simple. And each crystal has its own unique frequency that it aligns to. And how that supports us is human beings are very complex, and every organ in our body holds a different frequency. It vibrates at a different frequency. And that can change depending on our mood, illness, injury to that particular part of the body. So how crystals really help, they help to pull that part of the body, that chakra, that organ, into its frequency. So that's how crystals can really help support our healing and help support our mood. They support us in so many ways by holding such a steady frequency. And, crystals they belong in the first dimension. So that's the foundation of this planet. It is the ground that we walk on every day. It is what holds a steady connection, a steady vibration here. And that feels really important this month. So connecting in with crystals, connecting into that crystalline grid can bring a lot of support this month. It always supports us, but it feels, like I said, very highlighted this month. So, working with crystals, they work as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. That's the other way they help support us. They help attune us to higher frequencies that we're not able to necessarily connect with. It's kind of like being attuned to a healing modality, like, Reiki or something like that. Once your body is attuned to that, it's really easy to step into that frequency and work with that energy. Crystals help us to do that type of work as well. The two crystals that were really coming up this month were Amethyst and Emerald, which kind of makes sense because that lilac color that connects in with the crown chakra. And amethyst connects in with the third eye, crown, and soul star. So amethyst can really help help with that divine connection, especially if you have a crown chakra or a third eye that is blocked or is closed off. Amethyst can really help to open those chakras up and facilitate divine connection. It's also really great for shadow work, which I feel like this month could really, whether you want to or not, could push you into really looking at parts of you that you may not want to look at. So amethyst can really support in that type of work. It shows you the roots of your destructive behaviors. It shows you the roots of what is playing in the background that maybe you aren't aware of. It's the ways of being that keep you small, keep you stuck. Amethyst also really stimulates, like I was saying, it stimulates the crown and third eye, which increases your imagination, and that is where you connect with the divine. It's in that realm. The other crystal that I felt would really be helpful would be emerald. That connects in with the heart chakra, and really focuses on loyalty, wisdom, truth, partnership, and balancing the heart and mind. And I feel like this month there's a big theme around balancing the heart and mind, balancing the consciousness with your intuition. So I feel like those are themes that are going to be coming up really strongly this month. The other thing, before I even pulled the cards, the other theme that I was really feeling was the energy of pink, and the energy of Venus. So a focus here on grace, beauty, relationships, self-love, and on the flip side, victimhood, blame, manipulation, and how these relationships of embracing grace and beauty and self-love, or not embracing that, blaming others or standing in victimhood, how that can impact your ability to receive, how that impacts your ability to love and receive money. Money is a frequency of love. So there's a big focus on that here. And I thought that was all really interesting. I love how everything kind of fits together because we are in Taurus season, and Taurus rules the second house, which focuses on resources, possessions, values, self-worth, and your natural skills, your God-given skills. I found that really interesting as well. So when I pulled the cards, I had a feeling the moon and star would come up. So I'm going to show you the cards that I pulled, and then we'll dive in deeper to each of these cards and see what other messages come up. So starting with the moon in reverse, and I love that this came up in reverse. So the moon in reverse focuses on revealing secrets, breaking through anxieties, breaking through limiting beliefs. So I feel like and all of these are major arcana cards, these themes and subjects are going to come up for you whether you want it to or not. This is what the universe is going to be showing us in the month of May. So you're really going to notice how your beliefs may be standing in your way or may be pushing you forward, just depending on where you are on your path. So I thought that was really interesting. The moon in reverse can be a difficult energy because sometimes we don't want to see the truth in a situation. Sometimes we don't want, sometimes we want to just keep our head in the sand and not really see or know the truth of a matter. So expect truths to reveal themselves. I do feel like this is going to be tied into your self-worth. If you hold an energy of victimhood, I feel like things are going to be coming up around that, around those issues. Also around addiction, partnerships, how you relate to others, how you how you support others. I just felt just a wave of really dense energy that came through with this. So I feel like whatever truth is coming through with this moon energy this month, it's not going to be well received. I feel a lot of energy pushing back on that, and that's okay. Um, Sometimes we just don't want to know those truths. We don't want the secrets revealed, even though it is going to bless us and help us. We don't always want that. And we'll dive into that a little deeper here in a minute. The other card that came up was the Star. Again, another major arcana card, this one in reverse. So what I was feeling from this card is how there was a strong energy here of disconnection from your inner world. And when I say inner world, I mean, how are you disconnected from source? How are you disconnected from your intuition? How are you disconnected from your physical body? There's all sorts of things that were coming in with this star energy. A lack of self-belief, a lack of, not believing that you are worthy, feeling like, you've not accomplished enough or you've not done enough. There was a lot coming up here with this card. And the Star in reverse, this is a lot of victimhood energy. And that victim energy can at times be very comforting because it gives you a wall to stand behind. It gives you a reason to allow your fears to guide you. It's a security blanket. It's a way of not standing in your power and justifying why you're not. So we'll take a look at that. The other card that came up is the Lovers. So what I felt with this is soulful alignment. And I feel like if we can embrace the gifts and energies that are coming through with the secrets being revealed and taking a look at how we are disconnected from the truth of our situation and the truth of our reality, if we can embrace this, we can have greater soul alignment. A deeper alignment with our guides, with God, with the beings that chose to work with us and we chose to work with in this life. So I thought that was really interesting. And again, there's a theme coming up with this card around balancing the mind. So balancing our consciousness with our body, which is also our intuition, because we intuit with our bodies. That felt really important. So coming into an alignment with our soul, basically, and getting on a different track. That was the other thing that was coming up, especially when we talk about releasing our dependence on external structures. So what external structures give you value, or do you find safety and comfort in? That could be where you work, where you live. It could be a dysfunctional relationship that you are in. Looking at all of that can help steer you in a different direction. It can show you sides of yourself that maybe you weren't aware of. The other thing I was really feeling with this Lovers energy was it's a crossroads. I feel like we are at a crossroads this month. And that, of course, is going to show up differently for everyone. But I feel like we are at a crossroads. And how you embrace these two energies here will really determine how you move through this crossroads, and whether you do it kicking and screaming, or whether you do it or see it as a leap of faith, whether you are divinely guided through this process, or you continue to do everything you've always done and just continue to feel completely stuck. So May is definitely, there's an energy of a crossroads here, and that will be interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah, I am interested to see how this plays out. Bottom of the deck, we had the Tower. I was not surprised at this at all, because I definitely felt like with the Star and the Moon revealing deep secrets and deep hidden wounds, often that comes about because of a Tower moment. It comes about from an unexpected change or something that we just didn't see happening. And the Tower is a crossroads moment too, when your world comes crashing down around you and you have no choice but to move in a different direction, to do things in a different way. You're forced into that. So I wasn't surprised when I saw the Tower come up, because I was already kind of feeling that energy with the Lovers here. But I thought that that was interesting, and I just wanted to share that with you. So I feel like these are the themes of the month. And now let's dive into each one of these separately. So just one moment here. You know, I've got to let, the cats always bug me as soon as I start recording. So hold on one second. Okay, and then at the end of the video, I have a channeled message for you from the angelic realm. Okay, so let's go ahead and set these two aside and let's focus on the moon. So for the month of May, what are the themes and energies coming up with this energy of the moon? Secrets being revealed, breaking through anxieties and limiting beliefs. How is this going to manifest for us this month? How will you, how is this going to be showing up for you in the month of May? And it does feel like being pushed out of your comfort zone. And I kind of wonder if that could happen because of changes within relationships. But let's pull 3 cards and see what is coming up with this energy of the moon. Oh gosh, and the High Priestess. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't see her this this month. I love the High Priestess, but okay, let's get into it. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles coming up here. And I like that this card is not in reverse. So I do feel like this is tied into how much we value the things that we do. So, and I know this happens to me a lot. I often will feel like, you know, I've put in so much time and effort into whatever that is. And I'm just not seeing the growth, or I felt like I would be further along at this point. It's that type of energy here. You know, looking back and evaluating where you are in your life versus where you would like to be. And I think it's good to question, where is it that you want to go? And do you want that place that you are wanting to go to, or the energy you want to hold, or the frequency of whatever that is for you? Is that something that you're wanting because the world tells you that that's where you should be or what you should have? Or is that something that you really truly want? Part of what the energy of this moon is bringing up is limiting beliefs and releasing dependence on external structures. So this could be, you know, systems of belief that you grew up in, and all that comes along with that. So really, you know, looking at This could be money. This could be where you work. Um, this could also be linked into relationships as well. But there's a big focus here on feeling like you've put in a lot of time, effort, and energy, and you're not getting out of it what you wanted to get out of it. So taking a look at that. The minute I pulled this Page of Wands, I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, this is inner child. This could be inner child. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, inner child. But I feel like this Page of Wands represents the authentic part of you, the part of you that I feel is really suppressed, the part of you that is desiring a sense of adventure. You know, you're wanting to try new things. You're wanting to do things in a different way. It may feel like an uneasiness in your body. It might feel like, God, I need to move. I need to change. And so there could be an impulsive urge to do something really drastic, like, you know, quit your job and, you know, I don't know, try to find another one, or or move, or this could be showing up as an impulsive desire. So take a look at that. And this will be something that you probably, many of you will try to push down and just tell yourself, no, be quiet. You don't need that. That'll rock the boat too much. If you are too focused on yourself, you know, relationships could fall apart, or other people may feel let down. So listen to all of these different voices and see what's coming up, because they're pointing to a lot of limiting beliefs. You know, and going back to the Seven of Pentacles, there's the energy of, you know, waiting, being patient, but what are you waiting for? I think that's the other thing, you know, that could be really confusing is, you know, what you've been working hard and putting in the time, putting in the effort, but do you even know why you're doing that? Yeah, really, really interesting. I would be curious to see how these questions come up for you this month. What gets you questioning your value system? What gets you questioning why you're doing the things that you're doing? Um, it could be a health issue that comes up. It could be a change in finances, a change in work. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, you know, it's gonna be focused around resources, money, time, health, your body, your relationship with others, which really kind of fits in with the energy of Taurus too. And that authentic part of you, this is also the part of you that is probably like, you know, I want to invest more time in a hobby, something that really makes you happy, but may not seem to have any value. Or maybe you frown, something that you frown upon because you feel like it's a waste of time. It really is not. And then we've got the High Priestess coming up here. I often feel like, and I definitely feel like this with her right now, this is a higher calling. It's a higher calling that you're resisting. The High Priestess isn't going to give you any information or wisdom. She's not going to share anything with you until she feels you're ready for it. And I really feel like your guides are wanting to give you direction. They're wanting to share some really helpful information for you, or yeah, helpful information with you. But if you are not open to it, if you're not ready to receive that information, if you're too rigid in your thinking and your beliefs, they're not going to share that with you. And I feel like that's, I feel like tapping into this energy is kind of the key. What is it that you are really being called to? What is what is that underlying driving force that you're trying to suppress? You know, look at that this month. And I also, you know, I think that whatever secrets are coming up, whatever anxieties or limiting beliefs that you're trying to break through, I feel like that will bring up, you know, whatever this represents for you. It's a really deep month. I mean, it's going to be hard to get all of this in like a 1-hour video. But I'm very curious to see how this comes up for all of you. Now let's take a look at the star. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep these cards out. I think I will. Okay, let's look at the energy of the star. And what I was feeling with her, with this energy here, was that disconnection from your inner world, that lack of self-belief, and also victimhood. So that's what we're going to look at here with this card. One other thing I want to say before I forget is you know, this is how you discipline yourself. What is your discipline? How does that show up for you? That feels really important with this energy of the moon. Okay. So the star, what do we need to know about, what do you need to know about victimhood energy, being disconnected from your inner world? Have you shut down your inner world? It can show up as a lack of faith, giving up on the world, giving up on yourself, feeling like things might be pointless. What do we need to know about this energy? How is this showing up? How is this showing up for you? Another major arcana card here. How is this victimhood energy showing up for you? How might you recognize that this month? We have the Seven of Swords popping in here. What I keep hearing is it's the lies of the world. It's the lies the world tells you. It's the social conformities that we are that we're made to believe are true, that we're made to believe are helpful, that we are, what's the word I'm looking for? My guides keep saying it's how you were trained to be. It's how you were trained to be in this world. And it's a lie. How you were trained to be, the things you were told to value, the things that as a society we're told to value. And that's going to look different depending on the world and the things that you value. That could show up very differently for everyone, but it's, you know, it's all a lie. It's putting your focus on things that don't really matter. It's putting focus and discipline on things that aren't going to elevate your soul. You didn't come here for that. It could be a fun little thing on the side, you know. Like the thing that keeps coming up for me is how it looks, like how you look. It's putting a lot of effort and money and value on looks. That's definitely a part of our experience here, but you didn't come here for that. That's not necessarily what you came here to do. Unless maybe you're a plastic surgeon, then, you know, maybe you came here for that. So yeah, how is this showing up for you? What are some of the lies that you've bought into that you can feel are not You didn't come here for that. It's not aligned with your soul. It's not aligned with what you came here to do. I still can't think of the word that I'm looking for here. Maybe it'll come to me. How is that going to how is this manifesting in your body, this victimhood energy? We've got the 10 of Wands coming in. Complete burnout, exhaustion. This is feeling really burdened by the world, burdened by things that you have no control over, and you can't you can't do anything about it. I love that this is the energy of the victimhood that's coming up, though, because what this tells me is that I feel like you are very attuned to your soul's calling. I feel like you have a pretty good idea of what that is, but you're not embracing it. You're suppressing it. You're allowing yourself to be distracted from it, and that's okay. But I like that you already know things aren't working. You already can feel that something's got to change, because you are feeling really burned out. And with this 7 of Swords here, it can also feel like, I got a really raw deal. I was made to believe that if I did this and did that and did this and this, then this would happen. I would have this, or I would receive this, or whatever that is. And you're realizing, well, that's not necessarily true. I did everything the right way, but I'm not seeing the results. I'm not getting out of it what I thought I would get out of it. Yeah, really interesting. Then we've got the Devil showing up. I feel like the Devil card here is really representing the way that you are coping with feeling burnt out, disillusioned, disappointed. And I feel like this is how you're justifying staying in that victimhood energy, whether that's holding on to a grudge, holding on to anger and resentment. This could be indulging in a distraction or an addiction. All addictions are distractions. I feel like the Devil here is representing that coping mechanism. Card number 15, that's just standing out to me because this month is the energy of 15. So a 15-6. Oh, we've got the Lovers there. So we have the energy of 15 representing itself here, and then we have the energy of 6 here with the Lovers. I just think that's interesting. So yeah, limiting beliefs. It's kind of feeling screwed over by the world, feeling screwed over by society. It could be maybe your parents told you, work hard, do this, do that, you'll be successful. Maybe you went to college, you did everything right, you did everything in the right order, but you're not seeing the results. So there could be, feelings of resentment here. So how is that showing up? How are these resentments, these grudges, this disillusionment, anger, where is this stemming from? Because you're really being asked this month to let go of that. These are things that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your guides and guardians, connecting deeper with your soul, aligning with your soul's purpose. I feel like there's a lot of really big epiphanies that could come through this month. Not that we're never like off track, but I really feel like our souls are wanting us to dive deeper and get more aligned with why we came here. And I don't know why this 10 of Wands, I really feel this tied in with the crystalline grid. I'm not quite sure why, but that's what I keep seeing with this card. And maybe that's just an invitation to allow yourself to be unburdened by connecting with the earth, connecting with the crystalline grid. An invitation to allow yourself to breathe, slow down, relax. Take some things off your plate. Permission to say no. Permission to do less. You don't need to be productive. So we've got the 10 of Wands here. I just want to look at what we have. I mean, it's good to have discipline. It's good to have a routine. That's all really helpful. But sometimes being too rigid presents its own problems. So letting go of some of this rigidity here, allowing yourself to be a little more spontaneous, you know, break your routine, mix it up a little bit. But yeah, all of this is going really, really deep, especially with this 7 of Swords, really feeling cheated. Pay attention to how that shows up for you. And again, that could be presenting itself through resentment, anger, you know, all sorts of different things. Feeling cheated out of something. See how that shows up for you this month. Hold on, let me put these in the order that I had them. Oh yeah, yeah. So Major Arcana, Major Arcana. I just find that interesting. It's a big month. Holy moly. I kind of felt like it would be. And I do really feel with this victimhood energy, some of this could be coming, I guess when I say victimhood, I feel like there is an energy of victimhood that goes back into your childhood that is carried through into your adult life, that you may not be aware of, but whatever comes up this month, it's really going to rip that open. And I'm really feeling that that could be a health thing that comes up this month. And when you get that message, when you get that diagnosis, I feel like it forces you to look at that victim energy, whatever that is for you. And that's going to be different for everybody. I'm also not saying that something horrible is going to happen or you're going to get some horrible diagnosis. I'm not saying that. But I do feel like it comes through the body. So, I feel like that's how this is revealed to you, is through the body. So, I mean, it could be something as, you know, I'm not wishing anybody gets hurt or anything like that or gets sick, but it could be, you know, I don't know, maybe you get a toothache or, you know, you need a root canal or maybe you slip and fall and hurt yourself. You know, there's something here, but it comes through an injury of some kind to the body. That's all I can really say. Probably because it's different for so many people. But that is what's going to show you the root of this particular victimhood energy that's going to reveal itself this month. And we all have more than just one. Often the way I'll tell you the way I'm seeing this. It's an energy of victimhood that has, it's kind of like an octopus. It has several different tendrils, but we're only looking at one arm of this victimhood energy this month. Only one arm of that is being revealed. But what feels really wonderful about it is that when you see it, you can't unsee it, and it's going to be really easy for you to release. It's going to be really easy for you to come to terms with it. And it might be something that, you know, you see it and you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was still holding on to that. I didn't realize that was playing such a big part of my life still. And I feel like it's something that you're able to shake off really quick. I find it interesting how things like that come up, you know. All right, let's take a look at the Lovers here. I'm going to put these up. All right, the Lovers. What's the message that's coming through here? So I think what I want to look at with the Lovers is I want to know, what is that soulful alignment? What is that? How is that showing up for you? Soulful alignment. I want more information on that. Balancing the mind and the body, balancing the consciousness with intuition. I would like more information on that. And what is the crossroads? What's the crossroads? For those watching. So tell me more about this soul alignment that's coming through. And I'm hearing partnering with the divine. And maybe some of you have been really resistant to partnering with the divine. I was also really feeling Archangel Raphael's energy as I was feeling into the energies of this month. And then that was supported validated when I pulled the Lover's card. Because you can see up here, there is an angel. And that's represented by Archangel Raphael. And that made sense too, because Raphael often holds the energy of the green ray. I also see him holding the energy of the red ray as well. And he is here to aid with our journey and healing during this month. So if you align with the angelic realm and you like working with the angels, working with Archangel Raphael can really help you. All right, so soul alignment. Tell me more about that. And if you'd like to dive in deeper, I have a link below. You could order a pre-recorded video. It's this style reading, and I can dive deeper into your soul alignment or any aspect, anything you'd like to know. I could dive deeper into that for you. All right, soul alignment. Tell me more about that. Balancing the mind and body. What do we need to know about that? Balancing the consciousness and intuition. What do we need to know about that? And the energy of the crossroad. What is the crossroad? I feel like that's really represented by the energy of Gemini as well, which makes sense because the Lovers, Gemini is represented by the Lovers card. What do we need to know about this crossroads? What is this about? Okay, so makes sense. Makes sense, but doesn't give me I actually really wanted a minor arcana card here, but we got the death card, another major arcana card here. What is that soulful alignment? What is that about? Transformation and change. A death of the old way of being, and the part of you that you really want to hold on to, the part of you that's very well and is really comforting. It is not making any changes. It's staying the course. Nothing wrong with staying the course. But I really feel like we are being challenged to move in a different direction, to do things differently. And it's really easy to stay the same. So, of course, this alignment is going to ask you to let a part of yourself die. Transformation, change, moving into the unknown. All the things that can be really scary at times. But what I'm also really feeling is if you are really allowing yourself to look at what's coming up for you this month, I don't feel like you're going to have any other choice other than to move in a different direction, to do things in a different way. It's kind of like going back to the whole, body thing. When the universe wants to get your attention, or let's say the universe wants to slow you down, then, you get sick or you get hurt and you are forced to do things differently. You're forced to slow down. You're forced to, rely on others. You're forced to ask for help. I feel like that's how this change manifests itself this month. I feel like if you are really interested in having greater joy, happiness, and having a better flow in your life, you will know what changes you need to make, and you really will be ready and okay with that. What was I asking here with this card? Oh, tell me about balancing the consciousness, the mind and the body, balancing consciousness and intuition. We've got the Knight of Swords here. This is energy coming into you. This is information coming into you. So this could be an intuitive download. This could be an epiphany. This is like those aha moments. But instead of just receiving that message and you're like, okay, got the message, you take action on it. You do something with it. And this can be a really hard one, for me. I'm given ideas, epiphanies and things, and I don't always take action on them for many different reasons. So what epiphanies, what information are you receiving this month? Whatever that is, it could be an idea, it could, who knows? It's going to be different for everybody. It's important that you take action on it. That's balancing the mind and the body. It's taking that information and then doing something with it. So it can so that information, that idea can manifest in the world. It will become a physical thing. It's not just an idea or a thought. You're bringing that into the world. This could be birthing something new. But again, it's going to be aligned with this change. This could also be, you realize the change that you need to make, and then you ask the universe, God, your guides, what's the next step? That would be this card here. Tell me about the crossroads. That's what I asked with this card. And we got the Seven of Wands. We got the Seven of Wands here. the Crossroads and the Seven of Wands. What I keep hearing here is showing up for yourself. The Seven of Wands and the Crossroads. How does the Seven of Wands represent that crossroads? I suppose it would be having the courage to be authentic, having courage to, I kind of feel with this Death card, it's the energy of the Fool, taking that leap of faith and moving in a direction that is more authentic to your soul's alignment. But it probably won't be well received by others, or maybe even understood by others, and that's okay. That's not the point of this. The point is whatever change you're making this month, you're doing it for you. You're doing it to benefit yourself and move yourself forward in a more soulful way. So it may not make sense to others, and there's no need to, you don't have to defend yourself or explain yourself to others. But it's definitely taking action. It's again taking action on whatever this epiphany is that comes through. I'm just trying to feel into if this is going to show up in a particular area of life more than others. But I'm not really picking up on anything in particular here, probably because it's going to be so different for everyone. But this is definitely being divinely guided this month, and whether or not you choose to listen to that divine guidance is totally up to you. What you won't be able to escape from is the secrets being revealed. The overwhelm that might bring. I don't see getting the information that you get this month. I don't see how I feel like you're going to have to move in a different way. I feel like you're going to have to be in a different way. I just don't see how you could stay the same. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I just don't see that that's going to be possible this month. It feels like a major awakening this month. It really does. It feels like whatever is clouding your vision, whatever is clouding, whatever fog you're feeling, I feel like that is really lifted up this month. And the whole point is so that you can step into your power, step into your magic, and move forward in a more aligned way. Let's see. So we got 8, 7. Gosh, there's a lot going on this month, you guys. All right, so I think what I want to do to finish this off, and I do have a channeled message that I'm going to read before we go. So I just want to pull 3 cards. So final message. I'm going to read the channeled message and then look at the cards. Final message for the month of May 2026. I keep hearing remember you. Remember who you are. Remember who you came here to be. Remember what you came here to do. Okay. So I'm going to read the message that I got for all of us earlier today. So the message says, "Dear ones, there are many strong influences at play this month. There's a choice to be made. Wither in fear or stand boldly in your divine right and power. The choice is always yours. We encourage bold choice. We encourage freedom. We encourage truth. And we encourage moving with this authentic current. Your life will find a new flow that will challenge your beliefs, question your truths, and will ask you to meet yourself, your true self. No more masks, no more hiding, no more shrinking to fit a mold you never chose. Do you accept the challenge or stay your current course? With love and devotion always, the angelic realm." And I felt so many different angels coming through in that message. And Ascended Masters. I felt Mother Mary there. Jophiel. Raphael, of course. Sandalphon. I also felt the energy of some galactic beings as well. So final message, we've got the King of Wands. I feel like this is representing you standing fully aligned, standing in your truth and power, which will allow you to be very charismatic. People are going to see you, flock to you, and you're going to be okay with that. This is a fun energy to be in. It's being on fire, taking action, standing in your truth and your power. Eight of Wands. Things moving really fast. This is a really fast transformation that happens this month. Lots of new energies coming in, new experiences coming in, new relationships coming in with this Eight of Wands. This is exploring. This feels like freedom here. I really like that. And then we've got the Seven of Cups here. Interesting, in reverse. So I feel like, again, this is representing that choice, standing in your power, being aligned with your soul's purpose, going with this new flow of energy that is going to take you in a new direction at a fairly quick pace, or you can stay where you are. You can stay in illusion. You can stay stuck. You may just be tempted by that comfort of what you know, and you stay here. But again, I don't feel like you're going to be able to do that. It's going to be too uncomfortable. Anyway, very interesting, a really packed month. Blessings on the month of May. I'm wishing you all the best. If you have any questions, please reach out. If there's any part of this reading that you'd like me to dive into deeper, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do another video. Take great care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon.